Hello, hello. I hope everybody is having a good day. My name is Colleen Magness, and today you are Creating with Colleen. And this is my Facebook Live, Creating with Colleen Facebook page. So it must be Wednesday at noon, or thereabouts. You have all been so gracious as far as being flexible with different appointments, maybe meeting a half hour early or so, but we are here for lunch today. So it is an exciting day to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And let me tell you why. Because today, March 24th, the new catalog is going to post for demonstrators on the website. We just get a peek through the PDF, but that's exciting. I always love new products. It always leaves me overwhelmed, but it's also overwhelming because today we are going to be saying goodbye to some of our older products. And that always makes me sad, because I have my favorites that I hate to see go. And one of them, and I don't know if it's going yet, because again, the list will post at 3 o'clock today. But we're creating a card today. This is called a corner pocket card with the Forever Fern bundle. So I'll give you just a minute to come on. Hey, Nancy, I'm glad you could join me for lunch. I always love you being here. Now, as I said, and Nancy knows, this is a catalog that is going to be retiring. We will get the list at 3 o'clock to see what is going away. I have a feeling some of the items will be marked down. Hey, Lee, I'm glad you could join us. And again, it's bittersweet because this is a great catalog. And so often what happens is the new catalog comes out, the spring, summer type catalog or the holiday catalog, and we never really use all the wonderful items in here. So, of course, there'll be some that I'll be like, yes, it didn't get cut. And other ones I'll be sad over. But with new product on the horizon, you can't be sad for long. So today what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be using the Forever Greenery, little Titan here, but I'm using the Forever Greenery bundle and suite that's on page 108 and 109 of the annual catalog. And again, I'll know at 3 o'clock whether I get to keep using this or not, but it is amazing, beautiful stamp set. So this is a card we'll be making. Hey, Patty, I'm glad you could join us for lunch. And Lee, good to have you. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'll get to this card in just a minute, but let me show you the product that I'm using for it. It's the Forever Fern stamp set, and you know I'm a sucker for distinctive stamping, which is what this is. When you actually stamp with these images, it's like the texture is there, the shading is there, and it really is beautiful. And you have some nice sayings in here too. Now with the Forever Fern, it also has a set of dies. So these are called the Forever Flourishing dies, and you have some basic images that just cut some beautiful greenery, but yet at the same time, you also have the stamped images. So you can see when I hold it up, I hope, just how pretty these stamped images are. And so for each one of these, it also has the die that goes with it. So that is your bundle. And then I'm also using the Forever Greenery designer paper. So in my sampler here, I have the front and the back of each of the sheets. This is 12 by 12 designer paper, and it was perfect for me because my favorite color is green. So how could I not love this? It just coordinates beautifully with the stamp set, but then again, the colors all sing to my heart, and I love it. One other set that I'm using, this is the Happy Thoughts stamp set. And this was from a demonstrator, Jackie Bolheis. Whenever you sell $1 million with Stampin' Up, you get to design your own stamp set. And this is what she designed, and I love it because I think we can always use great sayings and words. And so this is actually in the mini catalog. Now, thank God, the mini catalog is not retiring yet. We actually have through the end of June for this catalog, so hopefully in early to mid-May, they will give us the list of what would be going from here. Plus, we'll kind of know what's carrying over anyways, because we would have seen the new catalog. Now, the new catalog is actually going to be available to purchase from on May 4th. This is happening a month earlier this year as we have a little transition period. And then our mini catalogs will be January through June. And then that holiday, I always call it a holiday catalog, but it's really a fall, second half of the year catalog. That July to December catalog will come out. So we'll have 2 catalogs running at all times. Surely there is something that you will find. Okay, so to make this card, again, this is a corner pocket card, speaking to my heart with all the greens. And to open it, it slides like that. And I'm going to do a little something different on here. You'll see when I make the card. But I like it because we've made cards like this before, just like a side open card. But I like this because this little piece here will tuck in and keep it closed. So let me show you the parts you need to make this, and we will get creating. So this is Pretty Peacock. I have to remind you that the in colors are going away also. And in colors are for 2 years only. And the reason they have those is because it keeps the trend, the color trend going. And Pretty Peacock was definitely one of my favorites. So the colors that are going out are Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock, Seaside Spray, and Purple Posy. If you stamp with me at all, you've heard me for the last at least month, if not a little longer, telling you to stock up on these. The cardstock, if you want to, definitely get your refill for your ink pads, because these colors we know are leaving us, and when the new catalog, we'll get 5 new colors. So this is a piece of Pretty Peacock, and this is 8 1/4 by 4 1/4 this way, and I scored it at 2 3/4. So basically that is your 5 1/2 section, but that's my card. So that's your standard card, but it was 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, scored in at 2 3/4. Next, for the front, I have a piece of the designer paper, and this is 2 1/2 by 4 inches. I always try to give you the horizontal measurement first and then the vertical. For this piece here, this front piece, you are going to need a piece of Pretty Peacock that is 4 inches by 2 3/4. And on that we are going to stamp, you will need a piece of 3 3/4 by 2 1/2, just a 1/4 inch smaller. It's always a good layering size. For the inside piece, you're going to need 5 1/4 by 4 of Whisper White, actually basic white now. And then this here, this little corner, this is a corner mechanism. This was a 2 inch square, and then I just cut it cut it diagonally. So you'll get 2 pieces out of that. But just a 2 inch square cut diagonal to make that cute little triangle. So what I'll do first, just to get some pieces out of the way, I'll take my designer paper. It's always hard to kind of pick which side you want. But this was a win-win. This designer paper was absolutely gorgeous. So here you're just going to put this on the front. I was looking at my screen. Hello, Patty. I can't remember if I said hi to you or not, but it's always good to have you. So there's my front piece. And then to stamp on the words, I'm just going to put this down so I can save my bigger scratch paper. But I'm going to take this piece right here, the smaller piece, and I'm going to stamp again with the Happy Thoughts stamp set. And it says, just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. And I'm going to stamp that with the Pretty Peacock. A little tricky, white on white. I go to the eye doctor next month just to get my contacts fine-tuned, but I always have trouble sometimes stamping white on white. So I'll put something dark behind there. And then I know where my edges are. So just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. And the greens that go with this designer paper here that is so gorgeous, you have a whole bunch to choose from. Garden Green, Just Jade, Pear Pizzazz, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and soft sea foam. Any of those greens will work great. So I'm just going to take one of the leaves and my garden green. I used to call it Grape Ridge green since this was such a great color to scrapbook with. And I will just stamp on the side there. Let me put a little bit on the bottom here. Get it going this way. And once again, I'm going to try to pull my screen up just a little bit here, see if I can see it better. I don't know if you can see that, but again, it's just beautiful the way these leaves stamp. They don't need any coloring. There's nothing else they need. They're gorgeous the way they are. Then I'm going to close my garden green pad before I stick something in it, like usually my card. Now I'm going to take Pure Pizzazz, and in the stamp set, you have these little itty bitties, and they are always great to just kind of soften up and add that little bit of a natural looking touch. So I just put some little sprinkles on there. And then this I will mount to my pretty peacock. Oops, let me get you going there. Paper. Hey, Lynn is here today. Glad you could join us, Lynn. I didn't see if Barb was with us yet. She might be busy today. Her and Moose might be out doing something. So here I have this piece, and I can actually take this right now and put this on the side here, but I think I'll wait. Let me show you what I'm going to do different on the inside. I have my piece of 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm just going to stamp like the inside here. I will stamp a little bit of those leaves because they are absolutely gorgeous. So that goes in the top. And when I was first doing this card, I thought, I wonder how it would look. I mean, sometimes I like the way things are nice and bright and white, but I wondered how it would look if I softened the white behind this piece. And I could sponge it, but the sponges have a lot of texture. And the other thing that we have, which are great, are the blending brushes. Now, I have to warn you, the blending brushes have been so hot that they had to turn the number off. Stampin' Up, they do allow back orders, but when they get to around, I think the number's like 2,000 back orders, they have to turn it off, as you can only imagine because of all the extra shipping and sending out products. So these have been a hit. They were in the January catalog, and don't worry, they're coming back. They should have a whole new supply April 5th. So I'm keeping my eye on them, and I will let you know, but they come 3 to a pack, and they are the softest little brushes. And what I'm doing is I'm just like, I have one for my blues, one for, say, the oranges, one for the greens. And that's what I'm using them for, because you don't have to wash them. They're pretty amazing. They don't hold a lot of the color in the brush. So when I go to clean one, I just actually rub it on the little microfiber cloth, and then it's clean and it's good to go. You can see nothing's really coming off of it. So I just keep it in the family group. But they're coming, but I wanted to show you because, again, I wanted something just really soft around my edge. So the way you would use them, just tap it in your ink, and then I kind of put a little tap there, but you actually start swirling off the paper. And it is soft, soft, soft. Except when you didn't swirl off the paper there. But you'll see they really, it adds just that little hint of a color. I don't know if you can see that. You're going to see it when it's on the card. But these are great. And I just like to keep my finger on the head of it, because then that's how I kind of apply the pressure that I want. Plus, it also doesn't put too much pressure on this part of the handle. So with just that little bit, and again, you can blend like an ombre. When I say an ombre, that is kind of like if you do from like lights to darks, you could do this with all different colors. But when I'm done and I want to clean this, just rub it on my microfiber, and I'm good to go for the next shade of blue. So for this, I will go ahead and put it in the center. like so. And see, now you can see, I think you can see better now, just that little bit of softness compared to the stark white. So to put my corner piece on, I prefer to use the liquid glue because sometimes the tape would get a little gummy, and if you were sticking something in there and it hit that, it would, you know, it'd stick to it. But if I just put a little bit of a liquid glue just on the two corners here, right here and here, of my triangle, I'm going to put that on the Whisper. It's going to be hard for me not to say Whisper White. I've said it for 19 years. Basic white. I'll give that just a minute. And then for this, I will put my dimensionals only on the left. And I can do like a little triangle because it's going to go in like this. Hey, Deb, I'm glad you could join us. Hey, Michelle, she's at lunch. I'm so glad you guys can join me for lunch. Seems like a good time. It's kind of hard because then on Wednesdays I can't pick up Tyler Joe from school, but lunchtime I figure everybody gets a break. If you have been working, then you definitely need a break so you can eat your sandwich and just watch a little bit of creating, which always makes you happy. So now, since I have that to close this, I just tuck it inside, and that's how you make a corner pocket corner pocket card. Very, very simple. So I am going to be sitting on the edge of my chair wondering if the Forever Fern suite will be on the hit list or not. Again, it's an exciting day. A lot happens at 3 o'clock. So what I am going to do, what I was hoping they would release the list earlier today. I know they're not posting the new catalog for demonstrators to see until 3 o'clock. And then I can actually order catalogs for all my customers on April 1st. So if you have placed a $50 order with me in the past year, then you're definitely going to get a catalog from me for free. And if not, there's still time because I will not be putting that list in and doing my customer selector until March 29th. But you're going to want a new catalog because they're fantastic. And so what I'm doing today, when Stampin' Up! Will post the retiring list, I will post it on my Facebook page right here for you to see. I always find the retiring list a little confusing because they put like the French stamp sets in there too. So at 3 o'clock, I'll post it on there. It's an Excel document, or it can also be a PDF. I'll post both and you can start going through it. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go through and alter them. I'll remove all the French items and try to make it as streamlined as I can. And then the other thing I am going to do, I was hoping to do today, but again, I can't get my list until earlier. I am going to come to you live again tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I am actually going to have a catalog and show you what is retired or what's going to be leaving us, what has been marked down, because I think they'll mark some items down. And so at that point, you get a visual, because I'm a visual person, even when I'm creating. So we will go ahead and I'll come to you live, grab your coffee. I can't meet you for lunch tomorrow, but we can certainly have coffee at 10 o'clock. And we'll do a walkthrough with the book. And at that point, I'm going to take the updated list and that video, put it in a newsletter, and send it to you personally. So if you don't currently get my newsletter, please go to creatingwithcolleen.com and sign up for it, and it will automatically come to you. I'll include the fun video I think I have from last week. May or may not be in there, we'll see. But the most important thing right now is just to remember that all the items on the retiring list and the in colors that are going out, they are only available while supplies last. And that's starting at 3 o'clock today. So try to go through it. If there's something really on your list, you can buy it. The host code for March is the AGAGM3PW. I wish there was a method to that madness, but there's not. But if your order's under 150, please use that host code, and I'll be sure to send you something sweet in the mail. And if it's over, then you get the host benefits for yourself. Please take full advantage of that, and I'll still send you a thank you. So I think that's it for today. And yes, I will be living for 3 o'clock. I don't want to rush time away because time always goes too quick. But if you have any questions on this card, I have it right here. And I will even post a picture of the dimensions to create the card. So let me know if you have any questions at all. Oh, Michelle's students are watching. Hey, kids. I always usually, and I should still do this, I usually start my videos by saying, welcome to Creating with Colleen. I will teach you what to do, or I may teach you what not to do, but I promise to teach you something. So always keep your eyes and your ears open, guys and gals, because you always want to be learning. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed day. And I will be working hard this afternoon to see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow, where we totally explore everything that's retiring. Okay, take care, have a wonderful day, and be sure to do something creative. God bless, and I'll see you next Wednesday at noon.